Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and you may have seen in the not so distant past I did the bougie booktuber book tag thing. I know that because I literally just filmed it, and I know I'm putting it up before this one. And I also just realised that I didn't actually tag anyone in that. But anyway, because that's bougie, I thought it would be kind of cool to do sort of the exact opposite of that. So today I'm doing the second Tome around book tag. As you can tell by the name, it's all about secondhand books. This was created by Julie over at The Hungry Bookworm, so obviously I'll leave the link to the original down below. And you know me, I'm all about them secondhand books, so this is a perfect tag for me to do. She didn't tag me, but it was one of them in it, like, here's my original tag, if you want to do it, do it. So I'm doing it. And here it is getting done. So question one is, do you buy secondhand books? And I mean, Exhibit A, nearly everything here. Yes, I do. I buy a lot of secondhand books. Most of my books are secondhand. 95%, I would like to say, maybe. Most of them. So question two is, what is / was your latest purchase? So here, spoilers for my November haul. But I picked up The Chalkman from, that's not how you say words. I picked up The Chalkman by CJ Tudor. And this was 30p, and I've heard a lot about it, of good things. I'm not normally a massive thriller reader, but when I do read it, I quite enjoy it, so it's one of them. 30p, I was like, you know what, I'll give that a go. So question three is, what conditions do you find acceptable? So obviously when I'm in a shop, I can just see, like in a secondhand bookshop, I can just look at it and be like, oh yeah. But if we're talking like Amazon Market or eBay, then obviously very good and good are the best and would be what I wanted to go for. But if there was a good and an acceptable, and the acceptable was considerably cheaper than the good, I would always go with the acceptable. If it's a couple of pence or something, I'll just go with the good. Like for example, I have this copy of The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. Oh, it does actually say there. I thought I was just trying to remember that. And it came without a dust jacket on, but I'm not mad about that. I don't really care. It's still got the words inside. Look, there's the story. So, and I mean, if you actually read the conditions when it says acceptable, if it's a hardback, it means it could be without a dust jacket. So obviously I'm not going to be mardy about it when it literally says it in the description. Some people, I've seen some people get really angry about eBay, and I'm like, read the description, read what it actually means when it says acceptable or good or very good, thanks. It tells you there. And then, you know, if you're not happy with it, just tell them and they give you your money back, so it's not really that bad. Don't really matter. For example, I did buy one book and I was reading it, and then I realised there was like 5 pages missing, so I just told the person that I got it off, and then they just give me my money back. Don't really matter. And I just continued reading it. It was middle grade and it didn't really matter, so. But obviously in general, I would like it with all the pages. So question four is, after you've read said book, do you keep it for a reread or do you give it back to a charity shop? I mean, I was about to say 9 times out of the 10, but let's change that to like 99 times out of 100, because that's more percent. I will keep it. I only very, very, very rarely give books to charity shops. And normally it's ones that when I bought them, I knew it wasn't something I wanted. When it's like 4 for $1.99, so you just get a random last one just to fit it in, and then you think, why did I get that? I don't want to read it. Those I will send back. But I don't think I've ever given a book away that I have actually read. Maybe once or twice. I don't really read really bad books very often, so keep it. Exhibit A, again. I got this bookshelf and one over there and then one over there, and then graphic novels, so keep it. So question five is, do you have a favourite place to go when looking for secondhand books? So in my hometown, I have specific bookshops that I'll go to because I know they're always better than the other ones. We have the Oxfam bookshop, which is just books and a little bit of music, but mostly books, the whole shop. And those ones are a tiny bit more expensive. They're like $1.99, $2.99. But that's fine because they have better books. And then I have a Bernardo's one that I go to, and that's the 4 for $1.99. But there's less variety there. It's only a little section, and then, as I said before, you find yourself picking up one you don't actually want just to make it cheaper, to get the 4 for $1.99 instead of 1 for £1. So yeah. And then online, Amazon Market and eBay. Those are the big ones. I do love going secondhand charity shopping, but Amazon and eBay are like where I get most of my books from. And normally I have about 7 different Amazon wish lists, all with different things. I have like a graphic novel one, I have an LGBT one, I have one of just stuff that I've clicked want to read on Goodreads, because otherwise I never actually remember what I've clicked want to read on, and then I never buy them. and then I have like some that are just a specific series, the ones that I need to see if I can get them cheap. There's loads on there, and then I'll just go through them every week or something, have a look, see which ones are on the cheapest in the buy second hand for 1p. Let's have a look on that. Oh, the shipping is £5, no thanks. Oh, the shipping is £2, yes, I'll buy it. And then with that, I'll put it on Amazon, and then I'll quickly have a look on eBay just to see if the same one is cheaper on eBay. Like, I'm proper anal about it. I'm like, let's see if I can save you more pennies on eBay. So I'll look and I'm like, oh, eBay, it's 10p cheaper, so I'll just get the eBay one instead of the Amazon one. That's the kind of guy I am. Question 6 is hardback or paperback, do you have a preference? And in terms of reading, paperback, it's just easier, it's not as cumbersome, your arm doesn't ache, unless it's like a proper chunky one. But, like paperback every day, but second hand, whichever one's there, you know? If it's a second hand hardback, I'm not going to say no. If it's a second hand paperback, I'm not going to say no. If there's 2 books in the second hand section and one of them's paperback and one of them's hardback and one of them's cheaper, I will get the cheaper one. But I prefer to read paperback. And it also means more space on your shelves, because hardbacks are chunky bitches. But then you get stuff like, I have Rick Riordan's Heroes of Olympus. I found the first 4 books in hardback in a charity shop, and they're like this big. And then I bought the 5th and last book on Amazon Market, and then it's a paperback. Don't care. They're all the cheapest versions I could find. So that is not 7. Question 7 is, have you found any gems? So I thought I'd go for a couple. Obviously a lot of my books I can't even remember how much it was. A couple of quid at best. I got this Tolkien box set with all of the Lord of the Rings in and The Hobbit for £4 in a charity shop, and they all look brand spanking new, the spines aren't broken. I did have a really ratty copy of The Hobbit, and I don't very often rebuy a book if I've already got it, but because it was like this, I was like, you know what, I'll get rid of that ratty copy and I'll have a nice pretty one. So there's that. I found volume 1 of Chew on eBay. It was £1 with £1 delivery, so 2 quid. I'd never really heard of it before, but I was like, it was when I first started getting graphic novels. I used to just put graphic novel in eBay and then go from lowest to highest price and find some stuff like that. That's how I do it. That's how I found a bunch of stuff. And this is my favourite series, so that's definitely a gem. I was like, 2 quid, never really heard anyone talk about that. I'll buy it, it's amazing, great, read it. I can't remember how much this was, but it must have been, I think it was 99p. But I feel like this is a gem because I've never ever seen anybody else have this copy of A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I feel like most people have the illustrated edition, whereas I really like this. It's so naturey and cool, I like it, it's different. I found Radio Silence by Alice Oseman in the 4 for £1.99. And I was like, oh my god, because it was literally about a week after I got into Alice Oseman. I was like, I really want to get her books. And I saw that, I was like, made sure I had it, and then I looked for what else I should get in that 4 for £1.99. But it was a great steal, a great find. And look, perfect condition. We'll go back to that question earlier. Perfect condition. I've read this book and I'm not even broke the spine, look. I don't purposefully leave the spines, I just must have not opened it really far. And then also I got this copy of The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Again, I have read this, but I didn't break the spine just because it didn't happen. And this was 25p from Cash Converters. And I'd never been in Cash Converters for books before, but there were some random books, and this was one of them. And it's like, legit perfect condish. 25p. So question 8 is optimal. That's not, no. Question 8 is optional. And it's something I'm opting out of. And that is to find a book on your shelves and donate it to charity. A couple of months ago I donated a few books, so I feel like that's, you know, that's me done. I don't like giving my books away. I feel like I have a good idea of what I want once I stopped getting all them random books in the 4 for £1.99. I feel like I know what I like. I don't want to give anything away. They're mine. Stay away. I will be opting out of this. Thanks. And question 9 is tag some people, so I will not forget to tag people in this one. I shall tag. Well, it's a very, very new tag, so I don't think anybody's done it. Or a few people would have done, but not a lot. Depends. This might go out in a few weeks, and by then everybody's done it. But I will tag R. Jensen. I will tag Books and Bargains. I will tag Me, Simone and I. Nicole, Beautiful Chaos of Books. I know she buys a lot of secondhand books, so this is a perfect tag for her. Dane. Dane reads. Dane buys a lot of books. Some secondhand, some not. He owns a lot, so it'll be good for him. And yeah, we will leave it at that. That's several. There you go, you're tagged. Let me know down below if you buy secondhand books, if you don't. Oh, actually, first, before I go, let me just do this, because I feel like there's a small possibility, and I say small because not a lot of people come here like that to me, because I don't have Twitter, so you know, nobody's gonna be toxic. If people are gonna come out and say, oh, you don't support the authors, you should buy secondhand, you should buy the authors, and if those are the people that only ever buy #1 best-selling books, authors that everybody's heard of, that have loads of money, then step off, because where I do actually spend money is on indie authors and small publications. So most of these have all been bought, yes, when they went down in price, but they went down in price on the retail price, and I bought them not secondhand. I got Elephant Shoe as an e-arc and then bought it full price. I got Spinner as an e-arc and then bought it full price. I got Double Bluff as an e-arc, and guess what? I bought it full price. So support indie authors. Anyway, where was I? Let me know down below if you read secondhand books, if you buy from charity shops. If you don't, if you just like having brand new, hardback, full price, just come out, released, let me know. I know some people are very up with the aesthetics of books. Personally, I don't care, but also, if other people do care, that's fine, because we're all our own people. If this is your first video about me and you enjoy it, please check out some of the others, and if you continue to enjoy them, please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I will see you in a few days with another video. Bye.